I'm a mobile and I refuse to put my clothes on. Got tipped $200 last night and it's gone. Gone. It's no surprise to me, I am my own worst enemy. Cause every now and then I get it to drink Welltail gin. The smoke alarm is going off and there's a video still recording. Please tell me why. There's Hogan's on my mobile and I refuse to put my clothes on. Got tipped $200 last night and it's gone. Gone. Awoo. Awoo. Please tell me why. There's Hogan's on my mobile and I refuse to put my clothes on. Got tipped $200 last night and it's gone. Cut.
It complements the flavor perfectly. And it's so weird because it's nothing like any other cuisine. It really isn't. I can't even tell you another cuisine that tastes like that, but it's so good. And you know, what I like about Mediterranean food is usually when you get such a good variety of stuff. Like I got, it came with hummus and pitas. You dip the pitas in the hummus, and that was delicious. Robust. Insanely flavorful chicken. It's not dry. It's freaking robust. Give you this dipping sauce, garlic infused dipping sauce. Robust. I will tell you guys is thus. Robust. Robust. It came with their rice, which is the seasoned rice. The tastes, again, it tastes kind of different from other cultures' rices. It has peas and carrots, but it's also got this unique seasoning in it that's really good. And then also a side salad, which was like lettuce, tomato, onion, robust, insanely flavorful chicken. It's not dry. It's freaking robust. Give you this dipping sauce, garlic infused dipping sauce. Robust. I will tell you guys is thus. Robust. 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 We went and got dinner. Now, this was a double-edged sword. We knew that the restaurant we were going to was probably going to be good. It was a very high-end Chinese-style, Asian fusion-style restaurant, okay? I am nowhere near at a level of ridiculousness as some of these other people who are making a giant living, making way more money than I ever did doing this, okay? I'm fed up. I feel right now I'm being incredibly mistreated. I feel that 100%, okay? I do. I feel like this is not fair. What did I do to constitute being removed from the YouTube Partner Program? Pursuant to the Content License Agreement, nothing I can do. Pursuant to the Content License Agreement, go to YouTube. I don't want to. Pursuant to the Content License Agreement, it's not fair. What did I do? Pursuant to the Content License Agreement, go to YouTube. I don't want to. You lose. It's over. Fuck you. Yes, you. Like, if you're actually pretty much to the point where if you're financially destitute, about Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown, Phil's this, Phil's that, you did nothing wrong. You have to be brain dead fucking stupid to believe that. This kind of shit needs to be exposed for what it is. You got paid for your stupidity. Now, the whole game you're trying to save the pig. 6 people support the stream, making insane amounts of money. And of course, reality hits, it's basically do or die time. Dummy. Pursuant to the content license agreement, nothing I can do. Pursuant to the content license agreement, go to YouTube. I don't want to. Pursuant to the content license agreement, it's not fair. What did I do? Pursuant to the content license agreement, go to YouTube. I don't want to. Pursuant to the content license agreement, nothing I can do. Pursuant to the content license agreement, go to YouTube. I don't want to. Pursuant to the content license agreement, it's not fair. What did I do? Pursuant to the content license agreement, go to YouTube. I don't want to.
I tipped myself today to see if I'll still beg. DoorDash on the way. Hold a new JPEG. The bottle full of gin. The old familiar drink. Try to sip it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? I have no friends. Everyone I know becomes a troll in the end. I could have it all. My empire of cloud, I just let them down. All I got is gout. I wear this crown of hate on my Italian hair, full of balding spots I cannot repair. Beneath the greasy screen, the tips just disappear. My wife's with someone else. I'm still begging here. What have I become? I have no friends. Everyone I know becomes a troll in the end. I could have it all. My empire of clouds, I just let them down. All I got is gout. If I could start again in a condo far away, I would pay my friends and turn the camera off that day.
This is how you don't play.
Really, bro?
This is how we stream it.
This is how we stream it. This is how we stream it. This is how we stream it. This is how we stream it.
This is how we're streaming. It's Friday night and he feels alright. The stream starts here on the west side. We see that he's 40 and he shows it up. Pay to his account, but YouTube took a cut. Hit curls and swells and get faded. Scopely hit him up saying, Phil, yo, we made it. It feels so good in his hood tonight. Feeling the wind in his hair, all on the ride. All the pay pigs, forgot about his old lies. He gotta get his bag on before he go get paid. So let him tip up his cut and let loose from his gut. And let me hear the chat say he needs the funds and it's all because
this is how we streaming.
DSP does it like nobody does.
This is how we streaming.
To all his neighbors, hold the answers a favor.
This is how we streaming.
Let's flip the track, bring the old Phil back.
This is how we streaming.
This is how he's streaming. No hands up in his hair, and he scratches from here to there. He doesn't care if you're a fan or a shithead hater. You see, YouTube's fed DSP ever since he was rolling in OG, but now he's penny pinching. The dense ass want no money, $100 pulls, y'all. If you were from where he's from, then you would know that he only lose cause of online lag. He plays right under taquito. Whatever it is, the stream's underway. So let him tip up his collar, let loose from his gut, and let me hear the chat say he needs the funds and it's all because
this is how we streaming.
DSP does it like nobody does.
This is how we streaming.
To all his neighbors, hold the answers a favor.
This is how we streaming.
Let's flip the track, bring the old Phil back.
This is how we streaming.
He's kinda buzzed, still needs the funds.
This is how we streaming.
DSP does it like nobody does.
This is how we streaming.
The FGC can suck on his PP.
This is how we streaming.
Let's flip the track, bring the old Phil back.
This is how we streaming.
Check it out. Once upon a time at Evo, Philip placed fourth, inflated his ego. And even though it was a busted port, he's the best gamer in the country, he'd retort. There lived a dude, John Rambo was his name. He came up to Philip and made a claim. Come on, let's reboot Project 7. But Philip took the cash and dashed out to Renton. Oh, he needs the funds, and it's all because
this is how we streaming.
DSP does it like nobody does.
This is how we streaming.
To all his neighbors, hold the answers a favor.
This is how we streaming.
Let's flip the track, bring the old Phil back.
This is how we streaming.
He's kinda buzzed, still needs the fun.
This is how we streaming.
DSP does it like nobody does.
This is how we streaming.
To all his neighbors, hold the answers a favor.
This is how we streaming.
I still think it's kinda whack, he never hit Panda from the back.
This is how we streaming.
Now, I just have to say something for full disclosure. Number one, because I'm doing it in this format, it is 100% protected under fair use law.
Gout. Interestingly enough, a study followed 48,000 men for an average of 10 years and discovered that within 2 years of a gout diagnosis, the risk of erectile dysfunction was 77% higher. Gout.
Got that gout cloud going.
Gout.
Got that gout cloud going.
Gout.
Inflammation's on my feet. Oh yeah, it's hurting me.
Gout.
Got that gout cloud going.
Gout.
Got that gout cloud going.
Gout.
Inflammation's on my feet. Oh yeah, it's hurting me.
Gout.
That's what it's about. Put some cherry juice right in my mouth. Eating all the red meat. Bitch, please look at my feet. That's what it's about. It's that
Gout.
Got that gout cloud going.
Gout.
Got that gout cloud going.
Gout.
Inflammation's on my feet. Oh yeah, it's hurting me.
Gout.
Got that gout cloud going.
Gout.
Got that gout cloud going.
Gout.
Inflammation's on my feet.
Gout.
Oh yeah, it's hurting me.
Gout.
Take that bitch out for the clout. If you know what that shit's about, shut your mouth. Yeah, Yeah, that bitch is so fucking fat. I'm just stating facts, might just hit it from the back. Yeah, kinda shit to make my hardware into Microsoft. Eating so much red meat, I don't wanna stop. Might need to pop a blue pill. If I don't hit that ass, I don't know who will.
Yow.
Got that gout cloud going.
Yow.
Got that gout cloud going.
Yow.
Inflammation's on my feet. Oh yeah, it's hurting me.
Yow.
Got that gout cloud going.
Yow.
Got that gout cloud going.
Yow.
Inflammation's on my feet.
Yow.
Oh yeah, it's hurting me.
Yo, John, turn it up. Yo. Whoa, whoa, it's the slip to see. No one's outlasting DSP. I said, whoa, whoa, it's my legacy. It's all about me, me. C at E3 for PS3. Played SF3 on 360. At Evo, I almost made the top 3 easy. But my cloud got my back went out. And I got caught in my penis out. Doubt my life will never be the same. Thought about shame to my name. Now despite my chronic lack of fame, I still remain the same. No one's outlasting DSP. I said, whoa, whoa, it's my legacy. It's all about me, me. Kotaku, I'll outlast you. Voltaire, who I'll outlast you. Carter 2, I'll outlast you. What you gonna do when I outlast you? That's okay, I'll outlast you. Evil AJ, I'll outlast you. Comcast, Deploy A, I'll outlast you. What you gonna do when I outlast you? Whoa, whoa, it's the slip to see. No one's outlasting DSP. I said, whoa, whoa, it's my legacy. It's all about me, me. You listening now? I'll outlast you too. Like nuclear fallout. I'll be here festering.
And shit jokes I broadcast. Swore it was a character I played. British style host drink Lucozade. Somehow I'm still making 100K, but nothing makes my addictions go away. What I'd give to see a more normal me.
If I wasn't ever the king of hay, would I be PewDiePie, or would I still be begging? If I could go back and change my past, get that Wolverine that day I asked, and I'd have been a dick, would I still be beg? Even if I woke up a new man, no teams called no Geno champions. If I had everything, would it mean anything to me? Vacuum Meerkat.
It's been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade. It has. I'm sorry that I'm tearing up like a baby.
The journey has been long. What has kept me strong for all this time? The dream I'll go down, down, down on the sex bear. Go to town on the sex bear. He heals me with his spells. He thrills me with his swelling ursine cock. I yearn to go down, down, down on the sex bear. Taste the thing of the sex bear. Wear the ring of the sex bear. I shall beg him if I must. I cannot last another day without his loving paws. I know our love could be robust. That Twinkie vampire was a tease, but you would never leave. I'm going down, down, down on a sex bear. It's not wrong, he's a druid. He consents when we do it.
Good morning, everyone. On today's show, we've got big news stories to cover, including mass layoffs at Microsoft that are affecting the Xbox division in a huge, unbelievable way. Also, Neil Druckmann is stepping down from the TV series. And lastly, and of course, most importantly out of all of this, pickle update. Yes. So, I hope you're excited. I know we didn't have a show yesterday. Sit back and relax. It is time for a return show, news and more, here on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast. All right, quick intro today. We didn't have a show yesterday. We got a lot to talk about today, so let's stop dilly-dallying and let's get to the subjects at hand. Pickles! Today is Wednesday, the 2nd of July, 2025. I'm DSP. This is the Level 1 Podcast, and let's talk fermented, vinegar-infused cucumbers. It's about dang time. Ladies and gentlemen, the update is very simple. Pickles are back on the menu. For a week, we hyped up the Grillo's Pickles collaborative menu at Sonic. We were excited to do it on Monday when it released. We were going to hit those goals and we're on pace. And then, in all of their insane, dumbfounded idiocy, Sonic did not put the Grillo's Pickles menu available anywhere for ordering. And my local Sonic had closed, so I couldn't go get it in person. So pickles were off the menu. Now, the good news is, yesterday, after having hit our support goals, we did do a DSP Tries It for Jollibee. And if you did not see it yet, it is live over on DSP Reacts. It's at DSP Reacts on YouTube. And it's doing well. In not even 24 hours, it's gotten 1,000 views. People were very interested to see my reaction to Filipino-style fast food, including a big Angus burger, a big crispy chicken sandwich, 2 pieces of fried chicken that had the spicy coating, and spaghetti with cheddar cheese and hot dogs and a sweet sauce. So if you didn't see it yet, you really missed out. It's actually a really good episode of DSP Tries It. I hope that you'll go check it out and enjoy it. So the good news here is it wasn't like a disaster. We came up with a really great audible. We swapped it around, and DSP Tries It was really fun yesterday. But then we were like, all right, well, here's the deal. We're already earning goals. We're already at 42 out of 50. What's the next reward for DSP Tries It? And we started talking, and we're like, well, you know, Taco Bell's going to have this special menu for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 coming out in a week or two. And also, we've got some new stuff going on at Dairy Queen with a Superman Blizzard. Also, there's an A&W, which is a fast food chain that serves burgers, hot dogs, special fries, and floats and things in root beer. And maybe we could do that. So we've been discussing all of this, right? But we didn't come to any conclusion yet. And this morning, quite frankly, I was going to talk with all of you live here about it. And then all of a sudden, like a whirlwind, like a Texas tornado, it comes blowing through. It's pickles. All right. All that happened was the employee who idiotically yesterday added the key art to the delivery apps for Sonic for the Grillo's menu now actually added the products. They were so dumb, they didn't do it yesterday. They only added the art. Well, today they added the products. So now you can order the Grillo's Pickles Burger, which is a burger that has a bunch of regular pickle chips, plus these like fried crispy pickle chips, plus a special dill ranch sauce. Also, pickle like seasoned fries and tater tots, and a special lime slushy with pickle flavor infused in it, including these little like boba pods that have pickle in it, apparently, from what I'm to understand. So, it's live, all right? So, let's get it going. When we hit 50 goals, we will be doing the Sonic Pickles menu, all right? We're at 42. Now, here's the deal. We got to think timing-wise and everything. I'm still streaming today, tomorrow, and Friday. But Friday is a marathon. Friday is the Independence Day marathon, where all day long I'll be here hanging out with you. We'll be chilling while I put on hats and vests to celebrate not only Independence Day, but this new milestone in my career where we don't do those silly things anymore. We're actually doing it as a throwback homage to the 4 years straight that I was doing that. And we're kind of seeing these hats and vests in HD kind of for the first time because I never had this quality of visual back then. And also we're going to kind of retire them, meaning I'm going to put them in the storage, and we will bring that stuff back from time to time for special events, but it won't be frequent. Maybe it'll be like once a year we do an Independence Day marathon, and that's kind of an annual thing like we do the Halloween marathon and the Christmas marathon. Maybe we'll do something like that, okay? So anyway, that's coming on Friday. Now, the reason I bring this up is if you think about it, right? We have 2 streams today, Wednesday. We have 2 streams tomorrow, Thursday, and then we have Friday. Well, we're already at 42 goals hit. Let's just say we hit goals every stream. Well, that means that by the end of Thursday, we'll be at 46 goals, so we won't have the DSP Tries It yet. But then on Friday, we do have this big event, and typically and historically, during marathon days, I do well, meaning people want to contribute because there's silly things going on. For example, I have all these new kinds of flavored shots that I can take during the marathon for every $100 raised. I've got 3 kinds of flavored moonshine, including fruit punch, apple pie, and habanero mango. I've got this horchata. I've never tried horchata before, but I bought a few shots of that. I brought back the 99 fruit flavored shots from months and months ago. All right. Plus, I'm going to have, what else do I have? Well, I have tequila. I already had tequila in my house. Oh, yeah, I have some whiskey, too. So we have all these things that we could take shots of during the course of the marathon, right? And I know that you guys are going to want to vote and see the hats and the vests again. We haven't seen them in like a year. And I have so many hats and vests that we can go through and do wardrobe swaps all day. It's so silly. So the thing is, very likely on Friday, we could actually qualify for DSP Tries It, but on Friday, we're already got food going. My wife is actually going to make a nice barbecue meal for us. It's going to be barbecue chicken, like thighs, boneless, skinless chicken thighs that she's going to slow cook in a slow cooker with barbecue sauce. And then there's going to be homemade mac and cheese that's crazy level, all kinds of stuff in it. And then there's going to be watermelon, which I haven't had watermelon in a long ass time, so that's going to be good. And then some like just potato chips or something on the side as well. So it's going to be a big American style barbecue meal that I'm going to be having during the marathon event to celebrate the 4th of July. All right. So FYI, we already have a meal for Friday. So it's this simple. If people go absolutely crazy and we get wild levels of support today and tomorrow, we'll do DSP Tries It either today and tomorrow when we qualify for 50 goals. And we could do this Grillo's Pickles menu as soon as you want. But if we don't hit the goals by Friday, and let's say we actually have a lot of support on Friday and we qualify for it, well, then we'll just do it next week. Now, remember, I told you guys I'm not here Saturday and Sunday of this weekend. I come back on Monday. So if we qualify for Grillo's Pickles on Friday, then we'll just do DSP Tries It on Monday. Okay? Fair enough? So it's either go absolutely crazy and get overwhelming support now, and we'll do it early, which I'm okay with. I'll do it early if you want, but I don't foresee, seriously, I don't foresee hitting that many goals. 8 goals in 2 days is a lot to ask. I mean, that's ridiculous, right? I don't foresee that happening. So realistically, likely what will happen is we're going to qualify for this on Friday during the marathon, and then probably Monday we'll order the Grillo's Pickles meal and we'll finally try it. Okay? Fair enough? Okay. Hope that sounds good. Sorry for the crazy drama and delay. I would have ordered it Monday or Tuesday as intended, but, they dragged their damn feet with this stupid thing. Don't ask me why. There's been meals that have been announced and have been on the delivery apps on release day. So this was Sonic's fault. They were dragging their feet getting it on there. Now it's on there, and it's like already 2 days late. And now it sucks because, again, I wanted to do this on launch day. That would have been awesome to do it on release day, to be out there with all the other people who are reviewing it on release day so that, I'm one of those reviews people can find right away. Now I'm going to be a week late.
I've never seen 2 kids eat so many cupcakes. They just keep handing me these.
It's fine. I'm getting them dinner stuff right now. Chicken nuggets, baby carrots, and done.
I just found a cupcake wrapper in my shoe.
$5. So that is $3.68. Wow, did the Canadian dollar drop? I feel like it was more than that before. Yikes, that's not good. And the US dollar is plummeting. I don't know what's going on, but it is. Like, the US dollar has lost a lot of value recently. So for those of you across the pond over there, you guys are lucky. Your currency actually is worth something. Ours is, pretty soon ours will be like the yen, I guess. That's what it looks like anyway. So thank you, Beware of Bob. So he did super chat. He says, please add pickle gin. Now, I think I know what he's talking about. I believe that you can get fermented fruit and vegetables in liquor. I've seen it at my local liquor store. I've seen things like peaches, cherries, and I think I've seen alcoholic pickles. I'm almost positive I've seen like a jar of alcoholic pickles in the moonshine section. So that's all well and good, and that's a good idea. Maybe I could have done that for the marathon, except we didn't talk about it until right now, and I'm not going anywhere before the marathon on Friday. I already went to the liquor store. Like I said, I bought all these shots and everything for the event. So sadly, I cannot get that in time. Maybe for the future. Maybe that is something I could get, and we could do it as a silly thing. Every $50 raised, I eat an alcoholic pickle. It's so stupid. That sounds so dumb, but people would like that. They'd be like, this is so stupid, we'll do it, right? So maybe I will do that in the future, all right? Maybe there's something stupid we can do. But for now, we can't do it by Friday. I'm not going to be able to get it, all right? Thank you, Beware Bob, for the super chat and the suggestion. I actually think it's a silly suggestion that could work. All right, now what's funny is people in the Kick chat are using the thumbs down Patrick Star emo, saying they want pickles. You can have pickles. All we got to do is hit the goals. It's not my fault they didn't put it on the app. You can go complain to Sonic and say, hey, guys, you suck shit, because they do. But don't complain to me. I had every intention of doing this on Monday. It's not my fault Sonic closed down in my town because they don't know how to run a business, and they literally shut down their fast food restaurant that was in the middle of the busiest part of my city where thousands of people drive through every day who are hungry, yet they still closed. Go complain to them, not to me. I don't run the business. Okay. Cool. All right. Some more shout outs. We got a $3 tip to start up the tipping for today. It's a troll. It's an absolute troll. So you can kiss my ass. Okay. Let's take a look. That's surprising because usually trolls do dollar tips. And that was a $3 tip. Okay. Another troll. Wow. 2 troll tips who know I'm not going to read them out, yet they still sent me their money. You're not very smart, are you? Oh, well. Anyway, all right. So, if you want to see pickles on the menu, please support the streams. We can actually 100% get it now. As they say, better late than never, right? So, let's get it going. Let's get some support. We have a super chat. Can we get a legit tip from someone with a functioning brain? Can we get some subs? Because I'll be honest, yes, once again this week, sadly, Kick is kind of lagging. If you take a look where it's Wednesday, so we're halfway through my streaming week, and we got like 20 subs all week. And we are way, way, way down on subs on Kick compared to what we usually get. So it would be great to get some more subs on Kick if you like the content. Now, also, I should bring this up. Today, we're doing Death Stranding 2, and this is very matter-of-factly a make or break stream for the game. And you might say, well, what does that mean? All right. Well, it means thus. Death Stranding 2 is exactly as I had predicted. It's the same game as Death Stranding 1 with a few tweaks here or there, but for the most part, it's nearly identical when it comes to the gameplay loop. Where it shines are the improved graphics, the music, the artistic design, and the story, which I knew would be the case. I said this up front, that Death Stranding 1 was the same, where the gameplay elements weren't very fun, but man, the game itself was unique as hell with that plot, and I would love to experience another good plot. But it's 2025, all right? It's not 5 years ago when we played Death Stranding 1. Things are different. I'm in demand. People all the time are asking me to play various different games. Like right now, literally, people are like, play RimWorld, play Vampire Survivor, play another driving sim that you haven't played yet, okay? Play Suikoden 2 HD. I mean, that's off the top of my head, things that people are asking me to play because they like me and my content and they want to see me play those games, and they're willing to step up and engage and support with that content. So my streams are basically in contention, meaning what I actually do on a stream matters. I'm not going to continue to play a game where people find it incredibly boring. I'm just not. All right. And I'll be honest, with Death Stranding 1, here's what happened. Now, this is like 4 or 5 years ago when the first game. What year did Death Stranding 1 come out, just for the record? It was 2019. Wow, that's even longer than I thought. So, wow, we're talking almost 6 years ago. It was November 2019. I didn't realize it was that long ago. It actually doesn't feel like that long ago. Okay. So what has changed in nearly 6 years? It's this simple. It's not about me saying I want to play a game, picking it and sticking with it and playing it to the end, regardless of the fact of if my audience likes it or not. Because that's exactly what I used to do. And that business model doesn't work. Okay? And I've told you guys this over the last 6 to 8 months, that I have to change things if I want to continue to be successful. I have to play things you want. And I know that now. All right. However, from time to time, there may be exceptions. For example, Clear Obscure was absolutely Game of the Year material, and I played through it despite the fact it wasn't always getting support. Okay? A game like Suikoden 1, I didn't think would get support, but then it did. And I was blown away that you guys did support that playthrough. Thank you for doing that. That's why we will be playing Suikoden 2 over the course of this summer, as I promised. But in general, I have to put stuff in the rotation that you guys want and will show up and engage with and support, or else what am I doing here? I'm not just here to play games for me. I'm here to play games for an audience that wants to see those games and will support those playthroughs. So I have to change with the audience's desires and wants and likes. And I get it now. You know, I used to be stubborn. I used to be obstinate. And I used to be like, no, I bought this game and now I'm playing it to the end. Too bad if you like it or not. But now I understand that's not the case. And the thing is, the reason that I'm able to adjust on the fly now is you, because you have been supporting me so much. Right? You've been hitting the goals and things are good now. I can afford to buy any game. I can afford to buy equipment that I can add on to my setup at any moment for a game. I have this flexibility, and that's thanks to you. All right? On the same time, all right, we can have fun things happen that are temporary and know that they're temporary. And then when they get worn out, we can say, okay, move on. For example, we're doing these chill playthroughs right now, like driving simulators, like Truck Sim, Taxi Life. They're fun, but maybe within a few weeks, they won't pan out anymore. Well, guess what? I spent over $300 for a wheel accessory, but you guys have already supported these games so much, it's all good. It's already more than pays for itself. I'm not complaining. I'm having a great time with this stuff. I know you guys are. And that's what I mean. Like, the way I see it, all right, is very simple. You want it? Come hang out. Support it. We keep doing it. You don't want it? Well, then don't show up, don't support, and then I won't play it anymore. You can't really be more simple than that. Okay? And that's sadly how you operate a business. I know some people, oh, well, then you don't have passion for games. Oh, I do have passion for games. It's just that I'm 43 years old, and it's time to wise up and grow up and realize reality is this is my job. This is not my hobby. This is not something I do on the side and I have a behind-the-scenes career. All right, this is my job. I have to balance all these things properly, and I have to play what you want. So, in regards to Death Stranding 2, my opinion is thus. So far, I like the game for its plot, its graphics, its music, and its artistic direction. I think the gameplay is meh. I actually don't dislike the gameplay because this time around, I'm used to it. I played Death Stranding 1, so I know what's coming, and I'm like, okay. But it's also, I'll acknowledge, it's not riveting at all. In any regard, it's not a riveting game. It is quite boring when it comes to the gameplay. Run around with boxes on your back. Drive vehicles around. Avoid BTs. Every once in a while, do a fight against some humans or maybe a boss. Wash, rinse, and repeat. Now, I'm sure there will be more elements later on, and typically there always are. They add new things to it that actually change it up. So I'm sure later on, maybe there'll be new ways to traverse the terrain, new vehicles, and new things like that, right? Maybe they will. I don't know. I'm sure there's probably some new stuff, okay? But I don't foresee there being some groundbreaking new stuff that's going to make this game blow us away. We're 9 hours in. We're out of the intro. We're actually into the regular meat of the game now. And we've seen what the game is, right? There's no shocking twist here. We kind of know what to expect moving forward. So that being said, today is make or break day for Death Stranding. If today people show up, engage, and support this stream, and we hit goals and everything's good, I will continue to keep Death Stranding 2 in the rotation, and we will play it as a full playthrough. However, if it tanks and people stop showing up and aren't engaging and are just complaining the game is boring, play anything else, and there's no support, then I'm not going to continue to play Death Stranding. And I said this up front when I started last week with the game. I said, I know what this is. And by the way, when I played the first game in 2019, this was the case where I kept playing it despite the fact that my audience was complaining constantly that it was boring. They didn't want to see it. I toughed through it and beat it. And the whole second half of the playthrough was basically not very successful at all. I had incredibly slow streams. I wasn't making a lot, and I was complaining about it. And I mean, whose fault is that? Well, Kojima didn't design the game for streamers. He was going for something different. I don't think I can really blame Kojima. The viewers were just being honest with me, saying this game is boring as dirt. I don't think I can blame the viewers. Honestly, the blame lies solely on my shoulders. I was the stubborn, obstinate guy that said, I'm going to keep playing this game despite the fact that you guys are telling me not to play it. And I'm changing now. I'm changing for the better. I'm listening to feedback. I'm going to only play stuff you guys want. So I got to listen. There will be exceptions every once in a while. Like I said, if there's something that's like a really big favorite of mine or a retro game from the past or something that I want to bring back or revive or, we'll do that. But for the most part, if I want to stay successful, I have to listen to you. All right. And I get that. Now it took me a long time. My big stubborn head, hard as a fucking rock. Okay. I had to learn that the hard way, but now I've learned, and now look at what we're doing. I mean, seriously, now we've got awesome streams all the time, fun playthroughs, chill vibes, great atmosphere, fun marathons all the time, new equipment being added all the time. This is awesome, right? And thank you for that we're to this level. But you have to understand, I have to stick to my guns of how we're doing things around here for this to continue. If I say, well, no one's going to show up for Death Stranding 2, but I'm playing it for another 40 hours anyway, I might as well just quit. I might as well just quit and just go play it myself and not stream. What's the point? I'm wasting your time if you don't want to see it, right? Now, I don't know. Maybe today people will show up and engage and support with Death Stranding 2. And if you do, then I know what you want. So there you have it. It's very easy to show what you want to see me play. Show up to the streams, engage with the content, and support it. And by the way, I will say this as well. I realize that I have a silent majority of viewers who are behind the scenes, who don't speak up in chat, and also who maybe watch on demand. I know this, okay? If you're one of those people, you can still make your voice heard. You can engage with the content by liking the videos, by leaving comments with feedback, by actually supporting via things like super thanks if you can, because I'm well aware with Death Stranding 2, the entire playthrough is getting claimed for music. So you could still do like a tip, something like that. Say, hey, just so you know, I'm here for Death Stranding 2. I'm loving the playthrough. Here you go. Here's a tip. That counts. All right. So there you go. So let's see what you guys want. All right. You have to understand my model of success is based on crowdfunding and will be moving forward. I can't get the level of support I used to get via views and stuff because everyone steals my content. It's just that simple. With so many people illegally stealing my content on a daily basis, I can't make a living off of ad revenue and views. That's why I don't care about it. What I care about is people who actually support concretely through crowdfunding to show me what they want. Okay? So there you have it. All right. So today is make or break for Death Stranding 2. Right after this podcast, we're going to start playing. We'll see how it goes. And I'll be honest with you. I would be a little sad to see it go because I feel like the story is just getting started. We just had a big advancement of the plot last time we played, and now we're in the meat of the game, which is getting interesting. But I also wouldn't be like, oh no, I'm really, missing out if I don't play it. Again, it's a good story, but that's about it. At the end of this year, I would be shocked if people are like, Death Stranding 2 is game of the year. I don't think so. People who love Kojima will love it, but I'm not seeing this as being like a groundbreaking, earth-shaking, momentous event in gaming, nor is the gaming, world looking at it like that either. People are just kind of like, it's there. So there you go. Okay, let's do some shout-outs, all right? Chris did a £2 super chat and says, hi, Phil, much love. Thank you to Chris for the super chat this morning. The pound is worth a ton right now. I think pounds might be on like a crazy all-time high or something. That's worth $2.71, that super chat. Thank you, Chris, for that. I appreciate it. It's almost worth $1.5. It's worth something like $1.36. It's crazy. Okay. What's up, MVL Roy? How you doing this morning? How's it going, everybody? All right, let's take a look here. We got more tips. Hopefully they're not troll tips. There we go. Oh, another moron. All right, ignore them. Continuing with bullshit. Can we get a real tip? Let's see. Shinkin25 with a $4 tip. I'll entertain this one. How much aluminum foil do you use on a weekly basis? Almost none. Almost none. If we're going to store stuff like food, typically we have freezer bags or we have storage bags and we put them in those. We don't usually wrap stuff in foil. The things we would wrap in foil would be like, for example, if we bought a ton of like meat, like red meat or something, and then you're storing half of it, you wrap it in foil and then like, or you could do freezer paper too. So it's kind of half and half. But currently, I don't think we have anything in our fridge that's wrapped in aluminum foil. Does Kat wear an apron when she cooks or cleans? No. Okay. So there you go. Thanks for the first tip of the day, Shinkin. Thank you. Oops, I opened something by accident. Thank you for the incredibly intrusive and personal questions. How dare you ask me such ridiculously prying questions? Don't you think that I'm entitled to some privacy? How dare you? Okay. All right. So, folks, we got a couple things going. If you want to see Grillo's Pickles meal from Sonic as soon as humanly possible, support the stream. Let's get some goals going. Let's hit them. Let's get it rolling. Let's get the momentum going. Right now we're at $9. Let's get that to $900. And then we'll have Grillo's Pickles very soon. In fact, if we did that, that would be 6 goals. So we'd be at 48 goals. So all you got to do is contribute $900 right now, and we'll be at 48 goals. We'll be in position to do Grillo's Pickles tomorrow. That's all. Just the low, low price of $900. I mean, that's not a lot to ask. I can't do this with a straight face. So anyway, thank you guys. Please support this stream if you want Grillo's Pickles. That's number 1. Number 2, if you want Death Stranding 2 to continue, please support the stream as well. So it's kind of a dual purpose, 2 different things, right? Please support the stream. Let's get it rolling. We actually got more that just came in. We got Omega Sauce has gifted a sub over on Kick. Thank you, Omega Sauce. Who did it go to? It's weird because it didn't show up. It showed up down here in my queue, but it didn't show up in chat. That's weird, but it's legit. So thank you, Omega Sauce. That's our first sub of the day. That gets us up to $14 of support here. Okay. All right. All right. So, shall we get to our topics of the day? I'm here all day on the 4th Demolition, Daddy. There's a marathon. Okay. Okay. So, we have news stories. They're not good. Well, I guess one of them is good, depending on your perspective. I think we'll talk about one news story first, then the other. Okay. So. Hold on. Do I have the effects on? Okay, turn that effect off. I just want to double check to see if this works. Give me 1 second. Well, yes and no. I'm not in the right spot. That's what I was thinking. I got to move my camera. Let's do that first before we get to the news story. I'll put myself down here. There we go. So I'll be looking like this. Okay, cool. I think this is better than this, right? This, if I do this, that's the wrong button. Sorry about that. If I do this and this. Yeah, see, I don't like that. Yeah, I'm too small. We'll go with this. That's better. Okay, we'll go with that. Right. I do like that better because now I changed the camera angle perspective. I think this looks a lot better from that perspective. So, okay. So let me get set up here. All right. Alrighty, folks, we ready for some news? Hold on. I got a $4.20 tip from Diarrhea and a bunch of nonsense name. So thanks to Diarrhea, disgusting name, weirdo, for a 420 tip. And no, I'm not putting that name on the leaderboard. I'm going to call you a nonce. I'm going to go British. I'm going to call you a nonce. Thanks for the 420 tip, nonce. There you go. If you want your name on the leaderboard, use a real name. Not that nonsense. But thanks for the tip. Okay. Why are you guys saying Pickle Diddy? Pickle Diddy? That doesn't sound right. Pickle Diddy. Okay, it's time for some news. Are we ready? No, I'm not playing Black Ops 6 Beavis and Butthead. I don't care. I'm done with Black Ops 6. The next Call of Duty I'll be playing will be the one that comes out this fall. I think it's Black Ops 7. That's what I'm playing. We've retired Call of Duty for the year. I played more than enough of it. Okay. Here we go. So, we have breaking news, everybody. This is straight from Naughty Dog, the game developer of
Have you ever tried Persian cuisine? Give it a chance at Afra. Persian foods are legendary. It's like a love story. Look at this kebab platter. It's like a feast of taste.
At Afra, you can try Persian traditional stews like gourmet sabzi and qeime bademjun. If you are a meat lover, you can try lamb neck and lamb shank served with fava bean rice, so-called bagali polo. You can also try tender chicken leg served with zersh polo saffron rice. In our kebab menu, you can try lamb chops, kubide kebab, bar kebab, and saffron grilled chicken. Try it once at Afra. You'll crave it forever.
I don't care if anyone I don't care who's writing it. I just want it to be good, right? That's all I care about. So why then would this be some kind of an announcement? Okay? And that's really what we have to analyze, because there's several different scenarios that could actually be possible. Okay? So scenario number one, Neil Druckmann actually believes people care about him. Like, he legitimately believes that, like, people see him as a good writer and a force of creativity that they like, and they're going to be upset, or they want to know ahead of time if he's going to be involved with this show or not, because if he's not involved and they think he is, then you'd be deceiving your audience. Okay? Neil Druckmann is insane if that's what he's actually thinking, because for those who don't know, absolutely no one in Hollywood likes Neil Druckmann. He has been laughed at. All right. He made The Last of Us season 1 along with this Greg Mazin guy. It was reviewed well. It got lots of views on HBO. And what happened was Druckmann got even more full of himself, if you can even believe that's possible. All right. But he did. He actually started to think that now he's going to be like some Hollywood hotshot, and he's going to start hobnobbing with the snobs, and he's going to start, and so he started appearing at like red carpet events. And he'd be like standing on the carpet. Now, you know what those events, the people who are like actually celebrities will go up and stand on like the backdrop and, oh, the paparazzi will come up and start taking pictures of them. And, oh my God, let's ask them questions, right? And it'll show up on like Extra and those kind of like tabloid shows. He went and no one cared and no one even knew who the hell he was. He would be standing there. No one took his picture. No one talked to him. He was completely ostracized as if like, what are you doing here? Like, no one knows who you are. No one cares. Like, what are you doing? Now, the funny part about this is, okay, recently, Druckmann, in an interview just a couple months ago, because I covered it on this show, said he's essentially feeling burned out, and he feels like he only has one more good game in him, and then he's probably going to retire. He's outright said that. Like, he's trying to prepare Naughty Dog to be able to take the reins and do stuff for themselves without his involvement moving forward. Like, this is, he's feeling like he's getting too old for it and he's going to retire. And I was like, oh, poor Druck. He literally has not actually made a game yet. He hasn't. He didn't make any of the Uncharted's. He took credit for Last of Us 1 when, from all internal reports, actually, it was other people who wrote Last of Us 1 and he just took all the credit for it because then those people left the company after the fact. And then Last of Us 2, which really was his baby, ended up being this insanely polarizing game with its ultra-liberal, attitudes, and him coming out outright saying, if you don't like it, you're a bigot, basically getting sales based on leftist policies and agendas and politics. We could go into that all day, right? But he hasn't really done much as the head of the studio besides tank The Last of Us, completely start and then cancel a multiplayer game based on The Last of Us, made a TV series where season 1 was good. Why? Because it was based on The Last of Us 1. You know, the game he didn't write? And now season 2 of the TV show, which is based on the game he wrote, has tanked. Did you know that The Last of Us season 2 has less than half of the viewership of season 1? It lost more than 50% of the audience. Why? Because The Last of Us 2 fucking sucks. This time around, when he went to tell the same story twice, people didn't buy his leftist narrative anymore. Why? Because leftist narrative isn't popular anymore. It was 5+ years ago, but now there's been a big cultural movement in the world. Everything right-wing is being pushed to the forefront now. Our entire government shifted in the United States. People aren't eating this crap up anymore. So his show tanked. And now he's looking at it like, well, maybe it's time to step back, right? I would bet, if you want to know the truth, I would bet this is not his decision. I would bet it was HBO. The execs at HBO came to him and said, dude, season 2 was awful. It really is. And we know you're basing it off your games. Well, your second game sucks. The only reason you sold it is because of the cultural push at the time. That's over. You're out. We'll let Craig keep running the show because now we've invested so much money into it, right? So we'll keep it going. But dude, you're fucking go kick rocks because no one wants to watch the show anymore because of you. So that's what I think anyway. I think this announcement is against Neil's will, because he already said he's almost done with gaming. Why would he make a giant announcement that he's quitting the show to focus on gaming? Does that make any sense? This announcement is directly contradictory to what he just said in interviews about 2 months ago, where he's getting burned out and he's ready to kind of step down. Now, all of a sudden, oh, I'm quitting the show to focus on games. You just said you were quitting games. So basically, he's getting slapped around, and he fucking deserves it. He's a very cocky prick. He thinks he's fucking, this God's gift to gaming. And he also thought he was God's gift to Hollywood, okay? And he's basically now getting a reality check. You're not anything. The reason that you're successful is because you stood on the work of others who already wrote Uncharted, who already wrote Last of Us 1, then you claimed it for your own. You made a sequel that sucked ass. You only sold it because you spun it politically. You called everyone who doesn't like the game a bigot, which is absolutely ridiculous. We couldn't criticize your game for its bad writing. We're bigots? No. You're a tool. And you fooled people. You made people get behind this feel-good movement, not realizing that your game actually stunk. The writing is terrible. Well, guess what? Now you have a TV show with no interactivity, so all the gameplay elements, the graphics, all that stuff isn't a factor anymore. So now your plot has been exposed for what it is. Terrible. Guess what happened? It was rejected by the public. There was no more smoke and mirrors to hide the fact that you suck as a writer. So now exposed, HBO says, you're out. And how much do you want to bet all of a sudden in season 3 of The Last of Us, we are going to see distinct changes from the game? I predict it. I could be wrong, but I'm predicting that in season 3 of The Last of Us, the plot will not be the same as it was in the game. They're going to change it because they realize the plot fucking sucks. So now Druckmann has to focus on Intergalactic, which he didn't want to do. He said he was going to step down soon, and now he's focusing on this because if he doesn't have that, guess what? He has nothing. He has no legacy. So he's forced to go back to the drawing board and make games again. Well, we will see what happens, all right? But that's why I think this was announced. I don't think this would have been public like this if there wasn't an agenda behind it. And I feel like it's kind of twofold. I feel like, number one, HBO wants everyone to know he's off the show, hoping that they'll get some of that viewership back. Okay, that's number one.